Hello friends, welcome to Letstute Accountancy. We have already studied the chapter Bill of Exchange, understood the concepts and practiced the problems based on that. So we know that this chapter is very easy and interesting, but still many students make mistakes in it. So in today's session, we will give you some important tips on this chapter to avoid the mistakes and score full marks. By the end of this session, we will also end up revising the entire chapter. So let's start. Firstly, can you tell us how many parties are there to a bill of exchange? Generally, people say two, drawer and drawee. But that is not correct. Actually, there are three parties to a bill of exchange. First, the drawer, the maker of the bill. Second, the drawee, the person on whom the bill is drawn and who needs to pay. And the third is payee, to whom the money is to be paid. Note that the drawer and payee can be the same person, that is, drawer is himself the person who is going to receive the money. Next, when we are asked to prepare the format of bill of exchange, make sure that there are no cancellations, it should be neat. Drawer's and drawee's name, addresses are written properly with the dates and also the period, amount of bill, payee's name with all the required content should be mentioned properly. Don't forget to show the stamp and the acceptance with any qualification if given in the question. The best way to avoid mistakes is to practice. Moving further, care needs to be taken while calculating the due date of the bill. Firstly, if it is bill at sight, then due date is the date on which the bill is presented for the payment. If it is after date bill, add the period of the bill from the date of drawing. But if it is after sight bill, then remember that the period of the bill should be counted from the date of acceptance. Also, be careful while adding the period. That is, if bill date is of 1st July 2019 and the period is 2 months, then the due date would be 1st September 2019. But if the bill date is 1st July 2019 and the period is 60 days, it would be 30th August 2019. So be careful that the period given in months and given in days makes difference while calculating the due date. Before solving the sums, as we always say, do read the entire question carefully. Check whether the journal entries are required or are the ledger accounts to be prepared, or it can be both. Accordingly, make the proper formats of journal and ledger. Now while solving, remember it is not necessary that all the transactions will be recorded in books of all the parties. For example, there would be no entry in the books of drawee if the bill is discounted or endorsed or sent to bank for collection, or there would be no entry in the books of drawer when the discounted or endorsed bill is honored. So understand the concept and all the entries so as to not make any mistakes while solving. If in the beginning it is given that, say for example, Mr. John owes 2000 to Mr. Peter, then it means John is a debtor and Peter is a creditor. This will be due to any past transaction of sale and purchase between them, and we did not pass the entry for the same. But the most important point over here is while preparing ledger accounts, in the books of John, Peter account will have opening credit balance, and in the books of Peter, John account will have opening debit balance. And further, all the bill transactions will come. Moving ahead, there are different cases in bill of exchange, say discounting, renewal, retirement, insolvency, etc., where students make common mistakes. So we will give you tips on that. If the bill is discounted with the bank, we need to calculate discounting charges. In that case, discount will be equal to bill amount multiplied with rate of interest into period divided by 12 months or 365 days. Over here, do not take the entire bill period if it is not discounted on the same date as that of drawing. Discounting charges will be calculated on the bill amount at specified interest rate for unexpired period, that is from the date of discounting till the due date of the bill. So if the bill is drawn for 3 months and it is discounted after 1 month, then do not take 3 months. Rather, the discounting charges will be calculated only for remaining 2 months. Sometimes it is given that the bill is endorsed in full settlement, or it is given for part amount on account. Say for example, A endorsed the bill of 5,000 to P in full settlement of 6,000. In that case, remaining 1,000 would be discount received by the drawer, that is endorser. But if it is given that against outstanding balance of 6,000 due to S, a bill of 5,000 endorsed on account, then remaining 1,000 is not discount, rather it is still outstanding to be paid, or they might give that 1,000 is paid in cash. So against payable of 6,000 to S, bill receivable account credit 5,000 and balance 1,000 credit in cash account. If the bill is sent to bank for collection, do record bank charges or commission for the services provided by the bank if the details for the same are given in the question. In case the bill is dishonored, most of the questions always specify about noting charges. Now, always remember that noting charges are paid by the holder of the bill, but it is to be always borne by the drawee. So, if the bill is retained till the due date, then at the time of dishonor, noting charges are paid by drawer. If discounted, then paid by bank. If endorsed, then paid by endorsee. But it is to be always shown as an expense in the books of drawee, as he is the one who made default and he needs to bear these expenses. In case of renewal of bill, students many times forget to cancel the old bill, or they get confused as to which all entries will be required. So here you can remember diaper, that is DIPR. D for dishonor, that is to cancel the old bill. Past dishonor entry, account for noting charges if any. I stands for interest charged by drawer on drawee for extended period on the new bill amount at prescribed rate. P stands for part payment, if any payment made at the time of renewal. And R stands for renewal entry, that is new bill is drawn and accepted by the drawee. Also check whether the noting charges and interest are paid immediately in part payment or included in the new bill amount. Accordingly, pass the entry with proper amounts. If it is the case of retirement of bill, do not forget to calculate rebate, which is as good as discount given to the drawee for early payment of bill before the due date. Again, for calculation on bill amount, apply discount rate for unexpired period, that is from the date of payment till the due date of the bill. Lastly, if it is the case of insolvency of drawee, then also remember to cancel the bill by passing dishonor entry and then final recovery entry, where check how much amount was outstanding and out of which how much amount is received. The balance will be bad debts for the drawer and deficiency for the drawee. After this full and final settlement, drawee's account in drawer's book and drawer's account in drawee's book will be closed, that is, account will get tally as the final possible recovery is done. So that's it friends, I hope you liked this session and understood all the important concepts and tips. If you want us to make videos on any other topics or tips on any other chapter, do let us know in the comment section below and we will be happy to make sessions on the same. Do not forget to hit the subscribe button and press the bell icon to never miss an update from us. You can also visit our website www.letstute.com to see our other online courses available there at very affordable prices. So see you all next time with more